Hello, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all the good stuff. It is Elizabeth from Elizabeth's Oracle with the Sun into Capricorn edition. Yes, Saturn is in Capricorn, it's in the house. I have a bunch of charts to show you. I'm very excited about all this, as you can see. We have this massive Capricorn stellium coming up. We have so much going on, including our very first Jupiter Pluto sextile. So here are the star times for each section of this video, and let's jump right in. All right, so let's move through the charts as we usually do. All of your earth signs are going to be in the green, so pay attention to that. You got your fire signs. I put them in orange, because that's so original. And then we have two shades of blue going on. The more aqua color is for the water, and the other blue that's a more traditional or purple blue is for our air signs. So that way you know which element we are dealing with when you look at these charts. But let's get to chart number one, which is the day that the sun enters Capricorn. This is the 21st of December, first day of winter in the northern hemisphere and the first day of summer in the southern hemisphere. So hello to everybody in Australia and the southern hemisphere, and yay, it's Yule here in the north. As you can see, Saturn has just entered Capricorn. We've been talking about this for a long time, and in fact, that very day, the sun will meet up with Saturn. So we're going to get the first feel like we are really in Capricorn. And for those of you who don't know, Capricorn is the home of Saturn. So this is Saturn's homecoming the next couple years. It's going to be a huge influence. We've been talking about this. And then right next door, you have Venus getting ready to enter Capricorn. You see her at the late degrees there of Sagittarius. And of course, Mercury is retrograde. But I have good news for you. The very next day, on the 22nd, Mercury comes out of retrograde. Yay! This one's been a little bit of a pain in the butt. Yeah, they usually all are, but yeah. Christmas, we get Venus coming into Capricorn. So those are some of the things I want you to notice in this first chart. Chart number two, New Year's Day. Yay. This is such a great chart because we get a full moon. Like, what a nice gift, right? From the cosmos, we get a full moon in Cancer. And I want you guys to notice, like I was talking about, you can see in the charts the planets that are in Earth and the planets that are in water. You're going to see so much of this theme playing out in the new year. And I'm going to get a little more into that with the next chart because it accentuates it. But a couple other points I want to cover on this one is that the very next day, Uranus, big old, game changer Uranus, will turn direct. It comes out of its retrograde too. So we have a lot showing us and indicating that 2018 is going to be an exciting year and a year of a lot of progress and forward movement. We're also building towards Mars and Jupiter being conjunct. Look at them so close. Next couple signs over, 2 signs over in Scorpio. So these two are getting ready for their exact conjunction that is going to take place on the 6th, which brings me to chart number 3. And we're going to go through 4 charts, and then I'll do some explaining and bring the charts back up to help you guys make sense of this. But this is the chart of charts for this cycle. This one is for the 15th of January. This is our big event here, the first of 3 in 2018. This is Jupiter sextiling Pluto. Massive aspect here. Think about everything Jupiter's been pulling up since it got into Scorpio, and you guys know all the massive changes we've been through since Pluto got into Capricorn. So you put these two together, and it's actually a positive one because these guys are getting ready to, these guys work together. The angle that's forming is a really positive one, and I'm going to talk about that in a minute, but I just want to share. And as you guys can see from this chart, look at this, 1, 2, 3, let's count them, 4, 5, 6 planets in Capricorn. That's a huge, just a whole lot of Capricorn going on. So we'll talk about the meaning in a second, but I just want you to see like how much of this we are getting. And of course, when you see the moon there, you guys know that means we're going to have a new moon that happens on the 16th of January. And that is a really strong moon all the way up at 2654. So that's 26 degrees of Capricorn. And as you guys know, the signs go from 0 to 30. So when we have a new moon, that late in degree, it means it's a really strong one. So, and this is coming within, the day of this massive Jupiter connection with all powerful Pluto. So big moon. I want you guys to note that, and we'll talk about working with the energy in a second, but let me get to chart number 4. This is actually for the first day of the next cycle, so I'm not going to go too heavily into this, but I just want to show you where all the planets, I like to show you where they start, what highlight some things that are important, and where they end up. And this is the sun moving into Aquarius. We notice Venus has just moved there. She moves in there on the 17th. And this day, there's also, look at Mercury and Neptune. There is some nice interaction between the two of them. And that's this Capricorn thing where it's going to connect with the planets in Scorpio, a water sign, and Neptune in Pisces, the other water sign, in a very favorable way, or in very favorable ways. So let's do the next part and talk about that. So I'll pull some charts back up for reference, but the one on the 15th is probably, it shows so much. And I'll be adding note cards as I talk to sort of supplement, because sometimes I have notes and I forget something, so I'll throw in a card so you guys see like, okay, I really did know that was going to happen and I want to put that in there. So biggest thing, we can get into all the data, but what I really want you guys to see is when you saw this, let's pull up that chart for the 15th, this massive alignment of planets in Capricorn, and let's talk about who the players are. This is so big. We've talked about Saturn coming home, but what really underscores it or emphasizes the energy is Pluto. I mean, Pluto is it. It is all about death, rebirth, and really reformation. So we are talking about such a powerful energy to change things, institutions, governments, banking, all of these things. And now that we have Saturn there, we're talking about law and order. So I want you to look over in Scorpio, where we're going to have this massive Mars thing happening. I talked about that in last month's video. This is huge. Mars is our energy. It's what we're passionate about. And in Scorpio, it is going to get to the nitty and the gritty of our emotions and what triggers us. And it's going to be amplified by Jupiter there, and those two making their exact conjunction here on January 6th, right in the middle of all this massive Capricornian energy, is just huge. And also, you guys remember Pluto, that thing that's, sort of holding the fort for everything in Capricorn. Pluto rules Scorpio. So we just have an energy of cooperation or understanding and being intent on the same purpose. So we can take all these really rough, power issues, which are both Pluto and Scorpion, and this cleansing and purification, also Scorpio and Pluto themes, and be applying it to governments, institution, big pharma, big agriculture, whatever big thing in your world is going on. So we're going to see again more on this collective field, and of course, when Uranus gets there. I'll talk about that, of course, during the Taurus cycle. So that's our next Earth sign that we'll get to. But for now, I really want you to notice this. And I want you to notice the Neptune aspect, again, on the other side of everything in Capricorn, 2 signs over. Massive planet affecting the mass consciousness, our ideas, our creativity, our collective sense in Pisces, doing a lot of healing, a lot of work. So as we pull all that difficult Scorpio stuff, abuse, sexual abuse, abuse of power. There really is an intent to heal things. And this bunch in Capricorn are all about the pragmatic look at the world, and the ambition to get it done. So this is such a powerful time. And the way that I wanted to recommend, I want to point out all these things early because I know as this video is coming out, it's the holidays and people are really busy with a lot of things. But I really want you guys to be thinking and feeling or spending some time journaling and thinking about what you want to do with this energy. What do you want to build not only over the next month, but really over the next 3 years? Because this Saturn transit in Capricorn, as we talked about last month, is going to last for 3 years, the better part of 3 years, I should say. And in 2 years, of course, Jupiter, when it finishes its transit of Scorpio, it does its run through Sagittarius, but then it goes into Capricorn. So this is just going to be a theme that we are dealing with. And the best part about Capricorn is that whatever it wants to apply that power to, it makes it happen. It just will continue to work for things, and it's absolutely persistent. So it's an important time to think about what you would like to accomplish over the next couple years, and you might want to bring in some mountain symbolism into your world and realize that it's that consistent work that's going to get you there. But this is just some of I can't even think of a time when we had such amazing energy in Capricorn that's being so supported. Doesn't mean it's going to be easy. I had a reading this morning just from somebody going, oh, this Mars and Scorpio. She didn't realize that's what it was. It's just, we figured that out. Long story. So it's a time when, we are going to feel all these things. And I want you guys to take advantage of the Mars and Scorpio thing, because that's a shorter transit. It ends January 26th. So that connection with Jupiter on January 6th, really significant for anything that's in your way or getting to how you really feel about things, and then applying it with this Capricorn energy to what you want to change, what you want to be different, how you want your story to turn out differently, because this is an incredible amount of earth energy with Capricorn. All the water's there to help you feel things with a lot of passion. The earth is there to make it practical and pragmatic, to help you take all of what you want to do and put it into practical form. But it's cardinal, so it's an inspiring energy that will lift you up that mountain as long as you show up and do your part. So amazing time ahead, and really just the changing of the guard. So I'm gonna not even really go into that right now, but we made it. We're on the other side now. All this reform is here. Corruption will be a theme all the way at least through November, when Jupiter changes signs, because it's going to keep doing its work. And we're really here about reforming all these institutions, etc. And that is absolutely going to continue. So we have a lot of work ahead of us, but we also have some incredibly supportive aspects to get us there. So let me jump to the resources section, and then we'll wind it up. All right, so I'm Elizabeth with Elizabeth's Oracle. Thank you so much for tuning in. All of the links to everything I talk about are always in the description box, so please feel free to contact me at Elizabeth's Oracle to sign up for my free newsletter. There are specials there that are exclusive to the newsletter community. Also, please join me and my friend Kristy Ayala on her show, Kristy's Connection to the Soul. She shares angel messages, and we kind of compare notes, and sometimes I'm able to talk about aspects that I wasn't able to work into the video, and it's just sort of another look at things. Other than that, you guys, just amazing group of energies as we come into the new year. We have really we made it to the other side. We dodged some very challenging aspects, some very nefarious ones, and we've made it to the other side. This is going to be a time of all things earthly, physical, financial, home, growth, economics, all these things can come in. Shadow side can be earthquakes, particularly around the equator. I would add that, but I'm just not a fear-mongering astrologer, so I don't go too far into it, but I do, always be prepared, right? It's been a big year, 2017, but glad to see the Saturn shift and see it going out. 2018 is starting with so much powerful energy because of the cardinal aspect, so a lot of motivation. Hope that you are going to be able to use it and apply it wisely, and we'll see you when the sun heads into Aquarius. Thank you so much for tuning in.